So the problem is like this: design a chain drive to actuate a compressor from 10 kilowatt motor at 960 rpm. The compressor speed is to be around 350 rpm. Minimum center distance should be 0.5 mm. Motor is mounted on an auxiliary bed. The compressor is to work for 8 hours per day. So this is the problem. So we have written the given data here. The power and to be transmitted is 10 kilowatt. N1 is 960 rpm. N2 is 350 rpm. The center distance is zero point 0.5 meter, that is 500 mm, and the service is 8 hours per day. Okay, so the first step in the design of a chain drive is the selection of chain. So from page number 7.7 on, you have to select either roller chain or bush chain. Here I have selected roller chain. So that is the first step. In the second step, the second step is to determine the pitch. So from page number 7.74, you can assume center distance in terms of pitch. Here we have assumed 35 p. So here small p is pitch, capital P is power. So now the pitch requirement is 14.3 mm. But this is not a standard one. So by looking at the page number 7.72, you have to standardize the pitch. So the next standard pitch is 15.875 mm. So now you need to find the transmission ratio. So for that, I is equal to N1 by N2. It is a ratio of driving speed to driven speed. So it is 2.74, and number of teeth on pinion sprocket based on this pitch, what do you call transmission ratio requirement. So it is assumed as 25. So that is from page number 7.74 for the value of I 2.74. Now the number of teeth on the wheel sprocket can be determined. So using this relation, Z2 equal to I into Z1. So on calculating that, so it is 69 teeth. Okay. So this is the number of teeth and the pitch value of the selected chain drive. So the next step is to calculate the braking load. You need to calculate the braking load. So calculate the braking load. So Q is available in the page number 7.77. So there that is equal to power service factor into factor of safety divided by velocity. So power is 10 kilowatt. Q is the minimum braking load in Newton. V is the velocity of a chain in meter per second. And as is the factor of safety that we will be assuming in the later part or in the subsequent steps. Okay. So for Ks, it is a service factor. So for Ks, you need to compound K1, K2, K3, K4, K5, and K6. So these are all available in the page number 7.77. So now we'll continue that problem. So first we need to find out the factor of safety. So for that you have to refer page number 7.77. So here, so here on the page number 7.77, you have minimum value of factor of safety n. Okay, for Ks equal to 1 and Z1 equal to 15 to 30. Okay, so here there are three pitch values. One is the 9.525, 12.7, 15.875. Okay, so here speed of rotation of small sprocket is given over here. Ours is 960 rpm. So let us consider 1000 rpm. Okay, 1000 rpm for 15.875. The n is 11. Okay, now this is for ks1 and z1 is this much. Okay, for our case, ks needs to be determined. Okay, so the ks is the service factor that will be looking at this same page. Okay, so for ks it is a k1, k2, k3, k4 and k5, k6 and all. Okay, so we'll first find out the ks. So the factor of safety n is 15. So we need to find out n dash. So n dash is nothing but n into ks. Okay, so here ks we need to find, and n is the factor of safety from page number 7.77. It is assumed as 11 from page number 7.77. For ks you need to find k1, k2, k1, k2, k3, k4, k5, k6. Okay, so these data are available in the page number 7.76 and 7.77. 7.76 and 7.77. So these data are available. I am assuming K1 as 1.5, K2 as 1. So you can refer the page number 7.76 for these things. Okay, so there you may take any value which are relevant to our problem. So K2 is 1, K3 is also 1, K4 1, K5 1, K6 also 1. Now the Ks is Ks is 1.5 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1, all are 1 into 1. So final case is 1.5. So now the factor of safety, minimum factor of safety is 11 into 1.5, that is equal to 16.5. The factor of safety is 16.5. So now chain velocity V may be determined N1, Z1, P. Here it is a small p, 60 into 1000. So here 25 into 960 into 15.875 divided by 60 into 1000. So it is 6.35 meter per second. Okay, so now the minimum braking load may be determined. So the Q is nothing but power 10,000 watt into factor of safety 16.5 into Ks is 1.5 divided by chain velocity 6.35. So now the braking load is 38,976 Newton. So this is the braking load. So now we have to select a chain which is having more braking load than this. Okay, so that is the fourth step, selection of chain. selection of chain. So here you have to write a note for this. Okay, here in the previous step what we have determined is the minimum breaking load. Since the minimum breaking load is 38,976 Newton. So we should select a chain drive which is having more braking strength. So so we should select a chain. We should select a chain chain. So we should select a chain having higher braking strength than the calculated value. Okay, so for that you just refer page number 7.72. From that dr 50 Roland chain is selected, whose braking braking strength is equal to 44,400 Newton. Okay, so let me show you how we selected that from page number 7.72. This is the page number 7.72, and you have the braking strength on the last column. Okay, so our requirement is 38,976 Newton. So on seeing this, so the chain having braking strength of 44,400 Newton is this one. This is given in the kgf. Okay, so this is the braking load at the end, braking load. So this is the given in kgf. So if you multiply with 10, we'll have Newton. So we are selecting dr50 chain here. Okay, it is a Roland chain. Roland is the manufacturer. So here we should see the pitch value also. So the standard pitch value we have selected is 15.875. So in that pitch value, DR50 chain may be selected, which is having the breaking strength of 44,400 Newton. Okay. So now we should find the actual factor of safety. Okay. So the next step is to find actual factor of safety. The actual factor of safety n may be determined using this relation. So this relation is available in the page number 7.78 of your PhD design data book. Okay. So here sigma p is the total load acting. So that is nothing but PT plus PC plus PS. So these formula are also available in the same page. If you look at the page number 7.78, so these are all the formulas. So for n and for sigma p, q is what we have determined, pt, pc, ps. For all the cases, you have in, equations available in that page. Okay, in the page number 7.78. So now let us find one by one. Okay, so here pt, first we will find pt, tangential force, tangential force. Okay, so here pt is p by v. P is the power, not pitch. Okay, so here p is 10,000 divided by velocity is 6.35. The pt value is 1575 Newton, and pc is the centrifugal tension. PC is equal to small w v square divided by g. Small w is nothing but weight of the chain. Okay. So on the page number 7.72, you have weight per meter of the chain as 17.8 from page number 7.72. Okay. So once that is known, the remaining data are available. So 17.8 into 6.35 whole square divided by 9.81. So that is equal to 73.2 Newton. Okay. So now we have found PT and PC. Okay. So the next PS. So the next step is to find PS, that is tension due to sagging of chain. Okay, so that is K into W into A. So here K is a factor, position of chain drive, for position of Question of chain drive. So that is taken from page number 7.78. And A, you know, the center distance, that is 0.5 meter. Now PS may be 4 into 17.8 into zero point 0.5. So that is equal to 35.6 Newton. So now the total load P is equal to summation of all the things 15.75 plus 73.2 plus 35.6. So total is 1684 Newton. Okay. So now the actual factor of safety or design factor of safety is Q by sigma P. Here Q is 44,440,1684. So it is 26.4. So here this factor of safety is greater than the adapted value. The adapted factor of safety is 16.5, I think. Okay. Here, since the, the actual factor of safety is greater than adapted minimum value, chain selection is correct. Okay. So the next step is to find the induced stress. Sixth step, calculate the induced stress. So for this, refer page number 7.77. Sigma is equal to P into Ks divided by A into V. Okay. So in page number 7.77, you have that relation. So this is the page number 7.77. So you have the relation here. N is the power, that is equal to sigma AV by Ks in kilowatt. So here I am omitting this constant 1 or 2 and will be substituting consistent unit so that I will get the correct stress induced. Okay. So this relation is available on the page number 7.77. Now so here P is 10,000 watt, service factor is 1.5, A is the bearing area that is equal to 140, that is available in the page number 7.72, and velocity is 6.35 meter per second. Okay, now we know all the values. Sigma is equal to 10,000 into service factor 1.5 divided by area, that is 140 into velocity 6.35. So which is 17 Newton per mm square. So it should be less than or equal to 33 Newton per mm square. This is the limiting value of stress. Okay. So this stress is the allowable bearing stress. So that is taken from the page number 7.7. 7.77. Okay. This is that page sigma. So for 1.5, for case 1, Z1 is in between this. For the pulley speed 960 rpm, it is coming around 2.24. Okay. So this is for case 1. Okay. If case is 1.5, so then this will be multiplied. Okay. So that is how this 33 Newton per mm square has been arrived. Okay. So since it is lesser than the allowable stress, since the induced stress is less than the allowable stress, design is safe. Design is safe. Okay. So now the seventh step is somewhat a bigger problem. Length of chain. Length of chain. So this may be taken from the page number 7.75, the relation, which is equal to 2AP plus Z1 Z2 by 2 plus Z2 minus Z1 divided by 2 pi whole square divided by AP. So if you look at the page number 7.75, this relation is available. This is the relation. So this is the relation LP 2AP plus Z1 by Z1 plus Z2 by 2 plus this thing. Okay. So this is the length of a continuous chain in multiples of pitches. So that is given over here. Length of continuous chain in multiples of pitches. Okay. Here AP is A naught by P. We'll find that thing. Okay. So first we'll find AP. AP is equal to A naught by P. So here A naught is center distance 500, pitch is 15.875, so which is coming as 31.5. So 2 into 31.5 plus 25 plus 69 plus 2, 69 minus 25 by 2 pi whole square divided by 31.5. So LP is coming as 111.5, so approximately 112. So length of chain in multiples of pitches is this one. So the total length of chain is simply LP into pitch. So the actual length of chain, actual length of chain, length of chain uh, is LP into P. Okay, so here LP is 1112 into 15.875, so that is coming as 1778 mm. Okay, so now we have to correct the center distance because we have changed and we have standardized a certain thing, so that needs to be accommodated. So to find that, we need to correct the center distance. So the corrected center distance relation is available in page number 7.75. Okay, so the corrected center distance A is E plus E square 8m divided by 4 into P. So that is a corrected center distance relation. So you can refer page number 7.75 for this relation. Okay, and for E, it is LP minus Z1 Z2 by 2. So 112 minus 25 plus 69 divided by 2, that is equal to 65. So here m is the parameter that is taken from page number 7.76. So m is equal to 49 for the value of Z2 minus Z1, that is equal to 44. By referring page number 7.76, so the m is taken as 49. So now the corrected center distance A is equal to 65 plus 65 square 8 into 49 divided by 4 into 15.875. So the corrected center distance is 504 mm. So which is just 4 mm greater than the requirement. 500 mm is the requirement, and which is nearly 400 mm is the, sorry, 4 mm is the higher value. Okay, so here you have the initial slag, so the chain will not be straight when it is hanging. So to accommodate that, we should give allowances. Okay, so that is nothing but center distance allowance to accommodate initial slag. Okay, so for that, center distance allowance center distance allowance to accommodate initial sag. So that is zero point 0.5 times of f. Okay, so this relation is available in the page number 7.75. Okay. So in the page number 7.75, this relation is available. Okay. So here F is uh, zero point 0.5 times into F is 0.02 into A. So here 0.5 into 0.02 into A is 504. So this is 5.04 mm. So the required center distance is 504 minus 5.04, 499 mm, and approximately 500 mm. This is what the required thing in the given problem. Okay. So we have one more step. So we'll complete it fastly and we'll finish. Okay. So the eighth step is pitch diameter. Pitch diameter. So the relation for this is available in the page number 7.78. D1 is equal to P divided by sine of 180 by Z1. So now D1 is the 15.875 divided by sine of 180 by Z1 is 25. So that is 127 mm, pitch diameter of the uh, pinion bracket. Similarly, pitch diameter of the wheel sprocket is P by sine of 180 by Z2, 15.875 divided by sine of 180 by 69. So that is equal to 349 mm. This is the pitch diameter of wheel sprocket. Okay. So we have completed the design of chain drive. So you get a practice by writing these. Wait, I'll take the attendance. Afterwards, you can leave.